Welcome once again to Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. Thank you as always for taking the time to watch my videos, which hopefully you find informative. And when you go to your local bookstore, you will very seriously consider the book that I'm about to review for you this time out. And the book is The Survivor: How I Survived 6 Concentration Camps and Became a Nazi Hunter by Josef Lewkowicz with Michael Kelvin. This is published by HarperCollins and it retails for $23.99. There have been many books written about World War II and various facets of the war, especially about the Holocaust. And Josef Lewkowicz has offered us a most chilling and unforgettable book. His story of being in 6 concentration camps during the Second World War. When he was 16 years old, he was taken to his very first concentration camp, and that was a Krakow Plazzow camp. There he was given a number. He was 85314. He was not called by any name. He was not a person. He was a number. And what he saw in these concentration camps are things, well, the stuff of nightmares. And I'm sure even to this very day, he is 96 years old, I'm sure he still has nightmares about what he saw. This book is very detailed, and it is certainly not for the faint of heart. He tells graphic stories of what the Nazis did within the camps, how the people were just, treated like human garbage. They were starved, they were whipped, and each camp that he went to seemed to be worse. And within the pages of this book, he details some of the most horrifying graphic images that you will ever read. And once you close this book, there's no way you will ever forget what you have read. He also talks about Amon Goeth. I think that's how it is pronounced. He was known as the Butcher of Plazzow. In fact, in the popular movie Schindler's List, Ralph Fiennes played that character. And Amon Goeth was definitely someone who was, well, to say he was one of the sickest, human minds on this earth. He would shoot people on a whim. If they looked at him in an odd way, he would shoot them. If people were not working, the slaves were not working according to his whims, they would either be tortured or they would be killed. And Joseph talks about helping bury the bodies in these mass graves. They would be asked to search the bodies first for any gold, jewelry, money, or any other personal effects that the Nazis thought could be of value. And it was just, words almost cannot describe the book. It is a book that has to be read because there are still people who deny the Holocaust, which is totally absurd. When you read so many books and so many accounts, first-hand accounts of what happened in these concentration camps, this is grim reality. And they always say truth is stranger than fiction, and that is exactly the case. Joseph talks about 4 Jewish ladies who washed Amon Goeth's car, and he didn't like the way that they washed it, so he shot them. They weren't dead, so he instructed his other cronies at the concentration camp, to finish the job. Joseph writes with great passion and compassion for those who were part of the camps. And he lost a lot of people that he became very close to. And a lot of times there weren't time for friendships because people were brought to the camps, and often they were told, to remove their clothes, to tie their shoes together so they wouldn't lose them, and they thought they were going into the shower. Well, They were gassed within the walls of that shower. And it's just horrifying, but there are positives that he did survive. His extended family of 150 people all died during the war in concentration camps. So he was a lone survivor, and he lived to tell the story. And he also lived to become a Nazi hunter. That he hunted down Amon Goeth, and he confronted him. And Amon Goeth went to trial, thankfully, and he was found guilty, of course, of war crimes, and he was hung. But later, Amon Goeth has lived to tell the stories to this generation and past generations as well too, letting them know what happened and hoping it never ever, something like this could never ever happen again. So if you're looking for a book that is certainly one that will be unforgettable, The Survivor is a tale of courage and a tale of victory for what Josef Lewkowicz went through, and he is still living at 90, like I said, at 96 years old. He's a testimony to the courage of the human spirit. So this is one book that you should certainly seek out. Thanks to HarperCollins, for printing this book, because it needs to be said, it needs to be read. So that's the book I wanted to draw to your attention this time out. Hopefully you will definitely add it to your must-buy list. So please let me know if you agree with my review. And until the next time, and there will be more reviews to come, stay safe, stay sane, stay in touch, and I will see you at the bookstore. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.